Right, okie dokie. So, today's date was 26th November. And so today we're going to have a look at excess demand. And excess supply. So first thing to do, in order to look at that, we need a reasonably big diagram to start off. And just to keep the diagram nice and clean, or as clean as possible, just put the equilibrium price, don't put the equilibrium quantity. Ali, you getting this okay?
Yeah.
Come on. And once you've done that, then we're going to we're going to look, first of all, at a situation when the price is above the equilibrium. So we'll call this P2. And you can put it anywhere you want above equilibrium. Doesn't matter where you put it.
What was the lower thing?
Asterisk. Or P1. It doesn't matter. Just P anything. Amy, P anything. Okay, now, Sean, at P star, what's the word to use to describe that position? What have we got? In terms of demand and supply, what position are we in? Does demand equal supply? Is demand bigger than supply? What? It's an exactly. So P star is equilibrium. And so, Sean, what does that mean in terms of demand and supply? Correct. And I may have used this phrase before, but possibly not, so I'll introduce it to you here. So when demand is equal to supply, this is known as market clearing. Yeah?
What is that? A something? What's that?
At.
Oh.
Come on, folks, we need to keep up, keep up. William, what did you learn from this morning's Good Morning Emmanuel? Really? So you knew about quantitative easing, did you? Consumer price index, deflation. Yeah, well, you are obviously, you're at a distinct advantage in that respect. Right, come on, guys. Are we nearly done here? Ishak, are you finished yet? Right, okay. Right, if you haven't got this down by now, I'm not sure what you're doing. Right, so this diagram, equilibrium, demand equals supply is the point of equilibrium, but now we're introducing this new term, so we're saying that the market clears when we're in equilibrium. Now, what does that mean, market clearing? It means, so IE, what does IE stand for? So e.g., for example, NB, nota bene, note well. IE means, Dylan? IE means that is. Market clearing, i.e. that means there is no excess. So if you remember yesterday when we were looking at our diagrams, the equilibrium market diagram then asked you to add on various prices which led to excesses in various areas. So when we're at the market clearing area point, there is no excess in the market. Okay, so any point, and I could have put P2 here, I could put it here, it doesn't really matter where I put it. Anywhere above equilibrium, first of all, it means we're no longer in equilibrium. Now, Phoebe, what's the term to describe when we're no longer in equilibrium? So we've come out of that kind of balance point between supply and demand, that equilibrium between supply and demand. We're no longer in balance. Now, you might know this from science, your studies of science, what is called whenever something goes out of kilter, out of balance. Ahmad, you look like you know. Okay, anybody? Colin? No. Okay. When we're not in equilibrium, we are in disequilibrium. Okay? Disequilibrium. And what would that then mean in terms of demand and supply, Ali? So here we would say in equilibrium, demand equals supply. What would we say in disequilibrium?
Demand exceeds the supply.
Well, no, we don't want exceeds even in your answer. Phoebe? Pemba? Okay, but put that, if equilibrium means demand equals supply, disequilibrium must mean demand doesn't equal supply. Thank you. So we can say here that demand does not equal supply. Now, if that's the case, one must be bigger than t'other. And so how do we read this off? So at P2, we go across a little bit, we come to the demand curve, we hit the demand curve. There's demand, but we're on this part of it. So we take a little line down from there, so we can call that QD2, because it's corresponding with P2. Come on, Leighton, come on, wakey, wakey. You've had an exceptional treat of a morning already. Now, given the relative position, Ava, of Q2 to 0, so it's very close to the origin, do we have lots of demand or not very much? Right, there's not very much demand here at a very high price, you would have to say. So price is shooting up. Obviously, demand's going to fall, probably. And then we go across to supply, take our line down, and there's QS2. Is that okay, Amy? Amy Jackman? Sorry? Speak up. Okay, thank you. So, QD2, this is quite low. Amber, why is it quite low? Why is demand low? Grace, why is demand low?
Because price is high.
Thank you. So this relationship between price and quantity demanded. When the price goes up, we are going up the demand curve. And so not very many people want to buy it because it's more expensive. So QD, this is relatively low because price is high. Okay, Amber, talk to me then about QS2, please. No, QS. So I want to know now about QS2. We've dealt with QD, so now I want to know about QS. So first of all, is it low or high? Well, it's quite a long way from the zero, from the origin. So, okay. And why? Well, why would supply be high if price is high?